Good afternoon, Hattiesburg. Thanks for joining us for this COVID-19 City News Briefing for Friday, January 14th. We'll start with today's numbers. These are system-wide numbers for Forest General and Merit Health Wesley. In the hospital today, we have 106 people who are COVID positive, and of those 106, 19 are in the ICU, and of those 19 in the ICU, we have 10 on ventilators currently. As you can see, this is just a look of how the hospitalizations have risen over the past month. This is just the past 30 days when we really started to see Omicron numbers go up. And you can see hospitalizations, which were at 9 or 10, they've now increased by tenfold. ICU admissions have not risen at the same level, given that a lot of these Omicron cases are a little bit milder, but you still have a healthcare system that is overburdened right now because they're having to care for so many people with COVID. Just a few details about the people who were in the hospital. Of the 106 in hospitals, 39 were fully vaccinated. And I give you this reminder that fully vaccinated means they've had 2 shots. Many of those folks had their 2 shots, and it's been long after 6 months, and they haven't gotten a booster yet. And so 106 people in the hospital, 39 were fully vaccinated. Many of those, however, did not get boosters. Of the 19 in the ICU, 4 were fully vaccinated. Of the 10 on ventilators, 2 were fully vaccinated. But again, most of these who were fully vaccinated have not gone back to get boosters. Just compared to a week ago, hospitalizations are up by 20, ICU down by 3. New cases today, Forest County has 293, Lamar County 267. Obviously, these are the highest numbers that we've seen during this pandemic, and it's the 3rd straight day when each county has had 200 new reported cases. The 7-day average, again, this is over the past week. How many new cases per day are we averaging? So Forest County is now at 189 new cases per day on average over the last week. Lamar County is at 179.8 new cases per day over the past week. Just compared to a week ago on the 7-day average, a week ago Forest County was at 140, now up to 189. Lamar County was at 126, and they're now up to 179. This is a number we haven't looked at in a while, but I thought it was worth bringing up today. This is the number of people who have tested positive in the last 2 weeks, just to show you how contagious this has become in our community. Forest County's had 2,311 people test positive in the last 2 weeks. Lamar County's seen 2,145. So in our metro area, 4,456 new cases have been reported just in the last 2 weeks. Some vaccination updates. Forest County still stands at 41% fully vaccinated. We have seen an additional 258 people come in since last Friday to get their first shot. Lamar County, 58% are now fully vaccinated. 265 have come in since last Friday to get their first shot. And again, fully vaccinated is great, but we do talk about boosters and the need to get boosters. And here's kind of the general rule on that. If it has been 6 months or more since your second dose, if you got Pfizer or Moderna, or if it's been 2 months since your J&J dose, it's time to get a booster. Again, we go back to those hospitalization numbers where 39 out of 106 had 2 shots, but most of those did not go back for a booster, and so they're now amongst the folks who are ending up in the hospital. And so if it's been 6 months since your Pfizer or Moderna second shot, or 2 months since your J&J shot, you need to go get a booster. And speaking of boosters, we have an opportunity for you next Saturday, January 22nd. If you can't get by Hattiesburg Clinic or Merit Health Wesley or any of the other providers who have these boosters, encourage you to come to C.E. Roy Community Center Saturday, January 22nd from 8 to noon. And you do have to bring your vaccine card to show that you were fully vaccinated. There's no appointment needed. It's first come, first served. Again, and they'll have boosters for Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J. So just make sure if you come next Saturday, January 22nd, to get your booster, that you bring that vaccination card that proves you already are fully vaccinated. This weekend, I know that we still have a lot of sick people in our community. You do have the health department, who is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 3:50 at the 360 shelter at 946 Sullivan Drive. You do have to schedule an appointment at covidschedule.umc.edu, but there are appointment slots available. You also have SIMRI on Saturday and Sunday at the Minor Care Clinic on South 27th Avenue. That's also an option. All the primary care locations at Hattiesburg Clinic have tests, as well as all the primary care locations at Merit Health Wesley, and their internal medicine clinic on Asbury Circle at 103 Asbury Circle is also available for testing as well. A couple pieces of city news for you. Of course, Monday is a holiday, so there will be no garbage pickup then, but what will happen is if your green can is picked up on Monday, it will be moved to Tuesday, And then if your green can is picked up on Tuesday, it will move to Wednesday, which means that the brown can pickup will be pushed back a day as well. If your brown can is picked up on Wednesday, it'll be picked up on Thursday. If your brown can is picked up on Thursday, it'll move to Friday. Recycling, the only thing that's different is Ward 1 will be picked up on Tuesday along with Ward 2. But everything else stays the same later in the week. But again, that green can is going to be delayed a day, as will your brown can pickup. Also, yesterday we were glad to join with Forest County Board of Supervisors and the Jones County Board of Supervisors to celebrate the announcement that FedEx will be building a distribution center at the Hattiesburg-Laurel Regional Airport. This airport is now called the I-59 Supply Chain Park, and this will bring up 200 jobs, but also it just shows the power of collaboration. The Forest County Board of Supervisors and the Jones County Board of Supervisors, as well as both counties' economic development agencies, have really worked hard to prepare this site at the airport, which again sits in 2 counties, and it really shows the power of working together and what we can do regionally. And so we're excited not only about FedEx coming and the jobs they will bring, but also just the precedent this sets in terms of regional collaboration between towns and counties. And finally, our act of courage. On Monday, we will celebrate the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. One of my favorite sermons that Dr. King gave was his last at the Mason Temple in Memphis on April 3rd, 1968. Toward the end of that sermon, he said this: "Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land." Dr. King knew that he would likely never see the full fruits of his labor, but he had caught a glimpse, and that glimpse had given him hope and courage to keep moving forward. We ourselves likely will not see all of humanity's ills set right in our lifetime, but we can see glimpses and celebrate progress. However, we should also to continue to look around and see the world for what it is, the good and the bad, right now. And that honest look at the world and ourselves should give us courage to do our part to foster a more just and equitable and compassionate society. So this weekend, reflect on Dr. King's legacy. Reflect on the realities of our world and be affected by that. And then reflect on what you can do now to advance the cause of justice, unity, and love in our nation and community. Have a great weekend.